SolidWorks offers too many sketch tools to cover one by one in this introductory course. The good news is that most of them behave very similarly to the sketch tools we covered in the previous examples, so you'll easily be able to learn how to use them. However, there are some that are useful enough and different enough that I want to go over them here. The first one is the Sketch Fillet tool. When you have a sketch with a sharp corner, like with this rectangle here, you have a tool that will allow you to round the corner with an arc. This is the tool, called the Sketch Fillet. You can see the Feature Manager tree change to show me the properties of the Sketch Fillet. Here I enter the radius of the fillet I wish to create. Once that's set, I can hover my pointer over a corner, and a preview of an arc appears with the specified radius. I can also click on a line segment and hover my mouse over connecting or intersecting line segments to show a preview of the fillet. If the segments overlap, the portions you click on will be kept and the rest will be trimmed away. Once I click to add the fillet, notice that it is added to the Entities to Fillet window. This box will populate with more fillets as they're selected. To remove a fillet from the list, I can either click on it in the Graphics window, or I click on it in the Property Manager and press Delete on my keyboard. To change the radius of the fillets, I can change the value in the spin box, or I can click and drag one of the yellow fillet previews in the Graphics window. However, changing the size will affect all of the fillets in the Entities to Fillet selection window. There are two other options when creating sketch fillets: Keep Constrained Corners and Dimension each fillet. The Keep Constrained Corners checkbox ensures that any dimensions made to the corners before applying the sketch fillets will be maintained. The Dimension each fillet checkbox will automatically add a dimension to each of the fillets. This option makes all of the sketch fillets independent of each other. So if one of the values is changed later, the other fillets will remain unchanged. When this option is not selected, only one dimension will appear for all of the fillets, and equal geometric relationships will be created between the fillets. This means that if I change the value of the dimension, the equal relation will ensure that all of the fillets update to the size of the new dimension. I will leave the Dimension each fillet option unchecked, and before clicking the green check, notice that the push pin icon is selected at the top of the Property Manager. This option will keep the Fillet Property Manager on, which is useful if you want to create another fillet group with a different radius. I will click the green check to create the sketch fillets. One more detail about sketch fillets. What if you decide you need to make a change to just one of the fillets? Well, remember, there is an equal relation on these fillets, so you first have to get rid of the relation. As you saw earlier, to get rid of a geometric relation, simply click on the flag representing the relation and delete it. Now this arc is independent of the others. I can dimension it and give it a different value.